my sleeves up. So it's gone from being cold and sunny to being quite warm, windy. Guys, I really am going to sort my hair out. It's all gone grey, it's all a mess. I'm going to get it cut, I'm going to dye it nice and black, have a shave, try and be respectable. So, did you enjoy my camper van live stream? I thought it was good. I liked it. $6.99 off Amazon. And now I've found another way where I can do a live stream without it taking up more time. So I can do a live stream with you guys when I'm on the way to the shop, or if I go in town to look at the properties. I can take you for a drive with me. It takes me about 15 minutes to drive to town, another 15 minutes back. That's an excuse for a live. So I do have a zillion topics to cover. I'm trying to, obviously at the moment I'm reacting to this Graceland has been leased. Started doing a video yesterday. It obviously got a massive reaction because everyone panicked thinking it had been sold. So I'm still trying to get information together to try and understand what happened with Robert Silliman, the billionaire, in 2005, and Priscilla's involvement when she sold the Presley name, and also why Lisa went along with it. It's messy, guys. It's messy. I know I keep talking about this situation where 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold off. Lisa Marie only retained 15%. Hi, Richie boy. It's lovely, but it's windy. I'm going to take the dogs down the lane here and let them have a run. I still need to learn a lot more about that deal. I know the basics of it, that there was a big debt of 25 million. I want to know why there was a 25 million debt after 25 years of Graceland's running, and obviously Elvis Presley Enterprises was its own entity, wasn't it? I'm going to see if I can find some old interviews of Lisa Marie and Priscilla discussing this massive decision. I have seen a few in the past. I have seen a couple. I have seen a couple of videos of Lisa discussing it. I want to learn more. I'd like to know exactly. Let me just let the dogs off. Whoa, come on then, come over here. Okay, let's go and have a little run, you little mutts. Yeah. Right, so let me just get these dogs going a minute. Right, Richie boy, I think I saw your question. So when they sold, now remember, I'm no expert. I'm learning just like you guys. If I'm getting my facts wrong, please tell me. Woo. Woo. Please tell me if I get my facts wrong. But the Bob Silliman deal, oh, windy. There was a large amount of money. Off memory, I remember the figure 57, 53 million or something. A large amount went to Lisa. As far as I can see, Priscilla got a 6.5 million payout for allowing them to use the name Priscilla, even though, because Elvis and Priscilla had divorced, Robert Silliman, the billionaire, did not have to pay her, but he wanted to keep her on side, so he did pay her. That worries me. That worries me. To me, that's a backhander. Just an opinion for entertainment purposes. No, not... So Richie boy, she never sold the building. When they did the deal to sell 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises, part of that deal was that Graceland was leased back to Elvis Presley Enterprises, and they paid an upfront rent, I think, of $3 million, I think. Yeah, don't worry, mate, you'll catch up, it's okay. So, as I keep saying, most people don't know that Graceland in 2005 was leased back to EPE. So, then you have these massive, very massive amounts of money. I don't remember the exact figures, but it was a lot. It was tens of millions. Obviously, Lisa got a massive amount of it. I think Priscilla got this 6.5 million for the sale of her name Presley, but even though she wasn't entitled to it because Elvis and Priscilla were divorced. And I think Robert Silliman, I think it's dodgy. I think, just an opinion for entertainment purposes, I think it was a backhander for Priscilla. Just my opinion, guys. I could be wrong. Now, I keep saying this. I've said it in the last 3 videos. I'm worried that the reason this deal went through, the selling off of 85% of EPE, is because Priscilla encouraged it. Obviously, we know that Lisa was involved in it, but the whole thing worries me. It doesn't feel right to me. I know it's 20 years ago. I mean, Bob Silliman went bust in the end, didn't he? And I think, I could be wrong, around I don't know the year, but was it 2016? You guys put it in your comments, but I think Joel Weishanker comes along at some point to save the day. I think, could be wrong, when Robert Silliman, the billionaire, is basically going bust, isn't he? He's in trouble, yeah? I think, as far as I know, there's management teams now, as well as Joel Weishanker. We know that Jack Sodden isn't he the CEO as well, so it's all a bit complicated. I have no idea really, but one thing I've learned is that there's no going back. Once the decision was made to sell off EPE, 85% of it, and 15% was retained by Lisa, it was a done deal. Once that 90-year lease, or it could be 90 years or 99 years, was leased to EPE, it gave Elvis Presley Enterprises controlling interest in the Living Museum. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Elvis Presley Enterprises are in charge of the Living Museum in Graceland. That worries me. This is why, when you have big events like the 90th birthday party, you don't have family there. You have Joel Weishanker, Jack Sodden, and I know there was some Memphis City people there. A few other people as well, wasn't there? But it ain't family, is it, guys? It just ain't family. You want at least one member of family, or at least an ex-girlfriend, to be at Graceland on important days, like birthdays, like the anniversary of Elvis's passing, the candlelight vigils, things like that, Elvis Week. So, people are quite shocked when I say, oh, Graceland is being sold. people call it clickbait. It ain't clickbait, because there is truth to it, guys. The business of Graceland, the Living Museum, the tour, was sold. 85%, yeah? That sound right? It was sold. There is a 90-year lease. Obviously, we don't know how many years are left. It happened in 2005, so you can work out how many years are left from that, can't you? So I do think we, the fans, should be discussing the Robert Silliman deal. I think we should also be discussing Joel Weisshanker, his management teams, the different companies, the different management teams that are running everything. I personally think the Elvis fans should know the details. Now, I know you can Google it, it's all there, yeah? But I think we should discuss it as well. I don't think just Googling it is working for me. We can Google it, we can get the details, but I think, Richie boy, I think we need to know more. And me as just a normal fan in Weston-super-Mare in the UK, I want to know more. I want to know why Robert Silliman went bust, what was the details of that. I did read something that he had inflated the profit of his companies and he got in trouble for that. Is that true? What brought him to a position where he had to sell? I'd like to look that up. I know that some of you guys will know why. I've had some very good comments from a few of you. I think Frederick and Chris and a few others that know the details. Is it Nad Marie? There's a lot to learn, guys. And a lot of it is very worrying. Ultimately, Riley, Shankar. Ultimately, Riley, even though she retains ownership of the building, the grounds, yeah, she is a landlady. She's only receiving 15%. Isn't she? Because she's only 15% holder. I just think that's a crime. I think it's a crime that Elvis's granddaughter is only 15% holder of EPE, and that the building that her grandfather's home, Graceland, Gladys's home, is rented, is leased. To me, it was sold. You're going to have different views. I know that she owns the building, but it was sold. The lease was sold. Now, it does seem like the lease was just leased back to EPE with an upfront rent of 3 million, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't care what anyone says. Me, if I have properties, if I lease my property, which I do, yeah? If I lease my property, yes, I own the building, but the business is owned by the person who leased it, by the tenant, the business, the museum, the tour. I don't like it, guys. It shouldn't be happening, and there's nothing, and you can't undo it. You can't undo what has been done in these two massive takeovers. I need to find out more details, but we know about Robert Silliman, the billionaire, and Joel Weisshanker. I know there's some different companies involved, management teams. It's pretty complicated, but we are going to look into it. Now, I did get sent a very interesting couple of comments today. I can't remember who sent it me, but I'm going to go back. I want to read them out on a live. Dogs are coming. Now, you would assume, so one of the questions asked to me is, I think it was Pat, what happens when the lease runs out? No, it could have been Dan. Pat and Dan mentioned it. Now, you would assume, hi Tony, you would assume that the lease runs out and it all goes back to the bloodline, but it's not simple like that, guys. In a lease, there are many terms, very complicated terms, and I guarantee you that you can't take back the lease. I will put money on it. The bloodline of Elvis cannot take back the lease after the 90 years have ended. I guarantee it. The way we set up our leases in England, at the end of the term, the tenant is allowed to renegotiate the terms of the lease and carry the lease on. You can't just say get out. Don't forget, EPE would have been maintaining Graceland and the grounds, you know, for 90 years. So you can't, after 90 years, just go, right, get out, I want it back. It doesn't work that way. So it's gone, isn't it? It's out. That lease being created at the time of the 2005 deal, well, to me, it's just a big car crash. That lease being created and given to EPE, so they are controlling owners of it by 85%, is a car crash. Should never have happened. I'm gobsmacked that it ever happened. But anyway, I keep repeating myself, I keep saying that. So then I want to jump forward, learn about the Joel Weisshanker situation, his management team. So what I've been told now is this. We know that Riley is basically the owner, yeah, of Graceland, yeah? Riley is the owner of Graceland, okay? Now you assume that when Finley and Harper become of age, that they become joint owners, yeah? You know, 1/3 each, whatever. But that isn't straightforward. Someone sent me the details. It's age related. I think something happens at 18, then again at, I think, 21, then again at 35. I'm sure someone will tell me. And I think, tell me if I'm wrong, 1/9 is Navarone. 1/9 is Navarone. Yeah, you're right, Tony. Should never have been, they should never have had controlling interests. That Robert Silliman, the billionaire, must have been shouting through the rooftops because Elvis Presley Enterprises is a gold mine, an absolute gold mine. The amount that was paid, which I know at the time was a massive amount of money, it must be worth 5 to 10 times that now. But my point is, I'd like to know the details. What, you know, how, obviously we want Elvis's grandkids, Lisa's children, Riley, Finley and Harper, to have what they deserve as family. I'm very interested to know what was agreed with Priscilla, with Riley Keough. Yeah, Pamela, it does. This 1/9 for Navarone is going to upset a lot of people, but I think that was agreed before Lisa died. Yeah, am I wrong, guys? I think the 1/9 for Navarone was agreed before Lisa died, so it isn't straightforward, because don't forget, then Priscilla would have been in charge, wouldn't she? One of the people in charge, yeah? Priscilla would have had a massive influence. Of course, Priscilla is going to fight for her child to have his stake, Navarone, which I know is going to upset a lot of people. So we got a lot to learn, guys. I want to know, I'm going to read this comment out that was sent to me about Finley and Harper, how they get their share of Graceland's, the building, yeah, the grounds, even how they get their percentage of profit from EPE. I just want to know the ins and outs to see if it's fair, to see if Finley and Harper are getting a fair share. Just, you know, I know they're just kids now, but eventually they won't be kids. So I just think the whole thing is a mess. The whole thing is a mess. I think the fans have always thought that Gracelands was outright owned by Lisa, and yes, the building, but not the business. To be honest with you, I'm a bit gutted by the whole thing. It's lovely, guys, and let's see if we can get the dogs to follow me. Come on. Right, we're going to make our way back now because I got to cook spaghetti and chili con carne for the wife. Here they come. Come on then. Anyway, guys, because a lot of what I'm talking about, I still need to learn a lot more about. I still need to do some more research. I'm going to read your comments, guys, because a lot of you have been giving me information. Let's get the dog on his lead. Woo. Woo. Come on then. Right, there's one. Come on then. We got one hooked up. We got one dog hooked up. Let's get the other dog. We're about 15 minutes from home. Oh yes, they love that. Right, let's have a look. Right, sorry guys. So, as you know, I have a certain amount of time to squeeze everything in. So, this is my walk the dogs time. You get half an hour. Yeah. Then we have the drive to the supermarket, which we did a live stream. Yeah, we're going to do some train spotting. So this morning we did a live stream as well, covering the Graceland being leased to Elvis Presley Enterprises. We did that. I thought that was quite interesting. Now, in England, we have MOTs on cars. MOTs, yeah? So, both my cars, my wife's car and my daughter's car, are due for MOT. So instead of doing more lives, I had to get those two cars ready for MOTs. One is on Thursday, one is on Monday. So my focus will move to the cars now. Luckily, my daughter's going to Egypt on Saturday with her friend's parents, which does worry me, to be honest with you. She's nearly 19. So I'm going to try and do her car while she's away. I don't know what she did last night, my daughter. She comes home and there's curry all over her window. Curry, rice. So I said to hi Vincenzo, where have you been? You've been hiding, Vincenzo. So I said to my daughter, why have you got curry all over your car? Curry and rice. She said, oh, we were having a food fight. What, in a car? That's my daughter who's about to turn 19. They never grow up. My focus will go on to the cars for a few days, which does mean I get a bit less lives. So today, we did 2 lives. We did the driving live. I've just been to Morrison's, bought all the ingredients for the spaghetti and chili. I'm now walking the dogs. So then I've got 10 minutes, I'll go home. I cook the curry, no, not curry. I cook the spaghetti. I cook the chili. Then my wife comes home with her mother. My wife's mother, called Leslie, visits every Tuesday. We do all that, then I go to bed. That's my life. I do as I'm told. So that's it, guys. Do you know what? I keep saying this to you guys. I want to jump onto other topics. I got some really good stuff. I got some Anne Margaret stuff, Linda Thompson, Memphis Mafia. I got all these different little things. But I keep getting drawn back to these topics, like the Graceland being leased topic. Had a massive reaction, nearly 1,000 views, yeah? Yeah, we like a beef stew, mate. It's good for you. Bit of beef. Beef's full of vitamins and nutrients and fatty acids. Very good for you, beef is. Anyway, as I was saying, so I keep getting drawn back into these topics. The Priscilla topic keeps drawing me back in because I get so many comments. So then we've got the Graceland topic, which had a massive reaction. Everyone's panicking that it's been sold. I did clearly say it was 2005, but I think people did get confused. So we had to do a follow-up that to try and discuss it more and try and make people understand that Graceland has been leased, rented. And it was done in 2005. Woo! Right, we're getting there. I actually think it's getting warmer. It was cold, it's actually cold earlier. I need to take this jumper off, it's too hot. All right, you're talking about this. Yeah, I haven't had time to do it. Someone broke into Graceland's, yeah? I've had about 5 of you send me this lady that broke into Graceland's. I haven't had time to do it. Not enough time in the day. Vincenzo can tell us all about it, yeah? Vincenzo, you gonna tell us all about it? This lady breaking into Graceland's. God, I didn't realise it was gonna get this nice today. It actually started very cold. The wind has changed. We've still got a wind, but the wind has warmed up. It's been a freezing cold wind all day. Just in the last hour, the wind has become a warm wind. Yeah, Richie boy, where was the security? I need to read up on it, guys. I will do. We'll do a live. We'll include that in. Like I keep saying, guys, not enough time in the day. I could probably do another 4 or 5 more lives a day. And I still wouldn't have enough time. People start calling me sad because all I do is live streams. No. So that's it, guys. I'm going to say goodbye now. So we're more or less home. My phone's going to run out of charge. So have a look. Did you hear about Bobby Wren's Elvis cousin? She died New Year's Eve 1976. Killed herself. No, I know nothing about that. There we are. Look. Vincenzo, another topic. Could you imagine? Vincenzo, if you were doing the topics, if you were choosing the topics for live streams, I bet you wouldn't know where to start. Honestly, the people that really do know their Elvis stuff, the people that have done loads of research, you'd be doing like 50 topics a day. It's funny because people say to me that know that I run an Elvis YouTube channel. They say to me, oh, don't you run out of things to say? Don't you run out of topics? I'm like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's impossible. Like one of the topics that was mentioned to me the last few weeks is that Elvis's album is shooting up the charts again. Did you see that, guys? That Elvis is shooting up the charts again. There's different charts now, isn't there? It's not like the charts that we had when we were kids. Still very popular. I told you I watched the film with my kids the other day, a brand new film. And the last song on the film was a little less conversation, a little less action. I'm like, see? I even watched a zombie film. And it was an Elvis, it was set around Graceland. Have any of you seen that? There's a silly zombie film. I can't remember what it's called, Zombie something. And it's based around Graceland. It's like set in the future. And the zombies have taken over. And the zombies have taken over Graceland. Who's that really famous guy that... Oh, what's his name? The one off Ghostbusters. The one off Ghostbusters. He's in it. I think he plays... Oh, I can't remember now. It's just funny that Elvis is everywhere, guys. Elvis is everywhere. He's big business. Big business. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. My phone's gonna run out of charge. See you later, guys.